Well, hello there friends, it's Sharon Hankins here on Essential Stencils page, ready for another fun DIY live project. So let me know if you're watching the replay. I'd love for you to comment the word replay, tell us where you're from, where you're watching from. We're going to see if we can get two projects done, a hat and a Stencil of the Month Club set. So let's get started. Just going to switch my camera so you can see the project. Let me see if I put my little screenshot in the window there. Does it appear to you like it's a little bit fuzzy or blurry? Anyway, we'll leave it there and see how we go. The hat is here to remind me we're doing two projects today. One is going to be the Stencil of the Month Club set that I'm doing now, and the other will be our Hat Stencil sneak peek of the Hat Stencil collection. So for our elephant project on the Stencil of the Month Club today, I'm going to be using these words and putting this elephant over here. So we want to kind of make it a little bit centered there. I think I'm going to be using this cobblestone for the elephant and hazelwood. So if you're just joining us, we are doing the Stencil of the Month Club set, and this is the basic plan set. And I'm just using nice soft swirling motion to get that paint all in the words, and I'm able to do that without getting any bleeding underneath the stencil because I have offloaded as much as I can from my brush. Look, I'm still going. It's just starting to run out of paint now. Oh, my stencil moved. I think we'll just go with that. Oh yeah, that's great. I'm happy with that. Nice. Okay, and so now we start on our elephant over here. Just be careful not to go too close to the edge there. And I will have to sort of push down here to get my elephant close to because it's sort of buckling up over this edge, if that makes sense. I can offload a bit on the center there. Whoops, being very careful not to get that out of the edge there. Oh, I like that kind of rough look of the elephant there. So there we go. There's our, oh, that doesn't stand out. I mean, that stands out a little pretty well. I'm happy with that. And then we're going to go over with our second layer. Stay tuned, guys, because I haven't even started on the hats yet. I'm going to be doing my hat that I'm wearing. I don't know if you can see that up in the corner of your screen. All right, so we finished with that base color for the elephant, and we're going to go back over with this color we used here, the cobblestone. So I'll put my brush in the water. Finished with that one, and I'll grab this one back out. So now we lay this second layer over the top. That's pretty much dried because the fusion dries fairly quickly. Kim, you say you come in from the edges and then fill in the middle. Yep, great idea. Sometimes I do it the other way around. If I have a little bit too much on my brush, I think, oh, I can get rid of it in the middle first and then come in from the edges. So, okay, here's where we're lining up our elephant, exactly over his feet. Let's see where they need to be. So today we're showing you Stencil of the Month Club set. So if you haven't joined, you can use my code and save on your first month, which is written right here, and my code is this. All right, are you ready? Because this is kind of going to look spectacular with this 3D kind of look. Look at that. Look at that. See how that two layers just really adds something to the mix, and when you're stenciling those double layers. So that safari set for Stencil of the Month Club, highly recommend. And so you get that same effect when you do the zebra. Oh, we've got a little splash of water there. The zebra has that same thing. You use the black background. Obviously, you'd probably have a white background to do this, black and then white stripes for him or her. It could be a her. Then we've got the elephant, and where's our other piece? Here it is. And then, of course, you've got the giraffe. Stand tall and rise above. So that's with the premium set. With the basic set, you just get the elephant and a few words and then the sayings. And then, of course, we've got these little leaves. So if I wanted to, I could add some leaves here. Do you want me to do that real quick? And then we'll go on to our hat, because we've got half an hour for the hat, which should be plenty. Okay, being very careful not to get it over the edge. Okay, I think that's perfect. So cute. And of course, you get that 3D look with all of the larger, and remember they're much larger than this elephant if you get the premium set. So there's some inspiration for you for the Stencil of the Month Club set. So here's our hat. And this is the one I'm going to be using today. Let me mention this in just a minute. But this is what we've got. So this is the stencil that's called Wildflowers and Wild Horses Hat Stencil set. And it comes with two stencils that sit nicely around your brim. And they have just done such a great job in measuring and making it all perfectly line up. So we have the Wildflowers and Wild Horses words, and we have the design, and they just fit snugly if I get them right, correct. So that fits that way, and then this one. So see how it's kind of a little bit on the diagonal? They fit perfectly around the hat. I might use this raw silk color. I'm going to be painting this, not hat burning, but hat burning's a thing too. Oh, I did want to mention this cute little instruction leaflet that you will go. It's different than the other stencil instructions that you will get with your stencils. So this will have hat stenciling instructions. And we've got how to stencil your hat. We've got an example of that, which is actually the one I'm doing today. Look at that. Look at all the colors they've used. So beautiful. So we've got how to position it, the paint, the reveal, what you'll need. We've got, you can view the Hat Stencil Collection using that QR code there. Over here, you can watch a tutorial, scan this, and I bet you it's Melissa Miller showing us how to do that, which will be wonderful. I didn't have a sneak peek before I opened this. So Wild and Free, another example of the hat stencil there. So that's a little trifold brochure that you'll get, which is really worth clicking on and looking at. I'm going to hold my hat down. This is the very first time I've ever stenciled on felt, so wish me luck. Let's just see how we go. Let's start with this horse up here. And I do have, like I said, this little ridge here, so I'm going to have to work the brush into that. And I think, by the looks of it, because it's felt, we are going to have to be doing some serious swishing, smushing and swirling, which may take us some time. I could add a little bit of card here to barricade it off. There we go. And I can sort of smush and not worry about it. Second coat. If I want to go over that with a second coat, I could probably do that now and just see the difference that it might make, because I think we just grab that and add a bit more rather than lifting it up right now. Oh look, I think we are just off course a bit, so I need to make sure it's lining up exactly where I had it. And now that that first layer has gone down, I think it'll be easier to paint this second coat. Let's have a look. Ta-da! Doesn't that look great? Looking great so far. So let's flip it around and we'll add our words on here. And just remember, it just has to fit snugly right about, yeah, where you don't see a gap. So if I move it here, I can still see a little gap there. So move it around slightly and we've got it lined up perfectly. Words are a little bit easier to apply. Holding down my stencil. It is not that challenging. I think that you can all do it. Look at that. All right, maybe this is a little lighter than I would like on this side, so I could go over that with another coat, but I love the way the words have turned out nice and bright. How is that? Kim loves my technical terms. Yes, it would look amazing on a jean jacket. Love that idea. Thank you, Roxanne. 2 great projects tonight. All right, I'm going to pop this in a wet cloth because I think after my live I might just add a little bit more paint to that area. But let's have a look at what we've done today and reiterate some of the things that we are talking about today. We did Stencil of the Month Club on either of those. Either of these, don't forget to use my code iRestoreStuff when we launch with the hat stencils on Tuesday, and also with Stencil of the Month Club. Here's what we made today for that. And let me pop my hat on. Let me just show again what we've done today. I'll tip my hat so you can see it a bit better. Might be hiding my eyes, but don't forget, use my code iRestoreStuff, and I will see you next week for another fun live project. See you all for now. Bye.